Hello. Hello, good evening. Welcome to class. Hello, good evening, wherever you are joining from. I greet you this evening. Welcome to another free Excel tips class. And this evening, we have something important to consider. There are a lot of things we'll be learning this evening. I want you to grab your pen and notebook and get a cup of coffee because there are a lot of things we want to cover today. So before we start, I will want to start by sharing my screen. So we begin from there. Let me quickly share my screen now so that we start the business of the day. Okay, my screen is coming up now. Yes. Okay. My screen is up now. Good evening once again, and welcome to the Excel class this evening, Excel free tips class this evening. And like I said, there are a lot of things we're going to learn today. Um, my name is David Ahonso, and I'll be your tutor this evening. I'll be your coach this evening in this Excel class. And this evening, as usual, this training is brought to you by Rolif Tech Academy. Rolif Tech Academy is a branch of Rolif Technology, a technology company that specializes in building technology products, AI products to help people and businesses improve their productivity. Okay, so we also do trainings like this. We do exact class like this and all that. Now let's go to the business of the day. So what we are looking at today, we want to see how we can use Excel, to track church attendance. So this one is particularly useful for pastors, church administrators, secretary, and all that in the church, people that are involved in church work and all that. So what we are looking at this evening is very, very important and key for them. So they are going to learn a lot from what we want to do this evening. So before we go, I want to read a short story, the story of somebody called Pastor Grace. So Pastor Grace had a growing church full of energy, full of love, and there are a lot of people in the church. But when it came to time to organize a group of outreach or to contact someone about prayer requests and all that, he'll be flipping through notebooks, WhatsApp chats, and trying to remember names of members and workers in the church from his memory. It got so overwhelming. Birthday of people were missed, newcomers, they couldn't get concrete information about newcomers and all that. So what did he do? There's one day someone introduced him to Microsoft Excel that, oh, Pastor Grace, you can use Microsoft Excel to manage your church attendance, to keep track of people coming to church, when they come to church, different people in the church, male and female, and then there are different roles in the church. I'm talking about the leaders now. There are different roles in the church. So in minutes, after being shown how to do it, he created a simple list of members, including their names, phone numbers, emails, roles, just as you are seeing on the screen. So he also used drop down to ensure neat entries. Okay, he used filters in the Excel sheet so as to filter filter members by role in the church, and then was able to sort everything based on the day they joined. So now Pastor Grace never misses a beat, right? Every member is accounted for and appreciated. And that's why we are here to learn how Pastor Grace did it. How did he do it so as to, keep track of members in the church? So we have this simple data set before us today. We have this simple data set before today, and that's what we want to use to practice some skills, some skills in Excel. So today we'll be practicing what we call data validation in Excel. We'll be practicing data validation in Excel. We'll see how we can use sort and filter. We'll see how we can use password to protect a sheet so that somebody who does not have the password cannot open the Excel sheet. Then we'll see how to do color formatting, border formatting, and all that, These are some of the things we'll be looking at today. So to start with, we have a list of members in this church, Pastor Grace's church. We have a list of members. And we have, I created this simple file in order for us to do what we want to do today. So let me just add numbers to them. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's 6. Let me make this one bold by pressing Ctrl B. And then let me move this to this side a bit. Okay, it's okay this way. So we have six people. Of course, in a church, you can have as many as hundreds of people, thousands of people, or even millions of people in a church. Okay, and you can use Excel to manage, Excel to create a database to manage, members in the church. All right. So here we have about 6 columns. Initially, I just added 1 to make it 7. After the serial number, the first column is the full name, talking about the names of the members in the church: John Mark, Grace Adewale, Paul Okoye, Esther Johnson, Michael Adenuga, Ruth Oguneye. Then we have their phone numbers in the third column, that's column C. Then we have their email addresses, okay, in column D, their gender, then the roles they are playing in the church. So we have John Mark being a pastor, Grace Adewale is a choir member, Paul Okoye is just a member. He doesn't have a role in the church. His membership is also a role. So he's a member. Esther Johnson is an usher. Okay. We have Michael Adenuga as the youth leader and Ruth Oguneye as a member as well. So these are the different dates that they join the church. Okay, these are the different dates they join. So this one is just a kind of a simple data set, just a simple fictitious data set. So it does not refer to anybody or any church in particular. And even the days do not refer to any particular. So we just created this one to, teach what we want to do today. So the first thing is we want to implement what we call data validation. All right. We want to implement data validation. So I will start with this gender. So imagine that this Excel sheet, we don't want to make a mistake. All right. We don't want to enter anything other than male or female gender. So how do we achieve that? That is being achieved by what we call by implementing data validation. All right. So what we do is that we highlight the column the column, then we'll go to data. All right, we'll go to data, then we'll come to this place. So in my own Excel, the name is not being written out, but in some versions of Excel, you will see it written clearly, data validation, but I know that it's here. So I'll click on this and click on data validation. All right, so what do I want to do? So by default, this column can allow any value, all right? But I don't want any value. So I want a list of values, okay? I want a list of values. And what are the lists? So I just want the male. I will type the male, then separated by comma, the female, male and female. So those are the two gender we are considering, okay? Of course, in the church, we should have just those two genders. So male and female. So the next thing we want to do, we might come to this place, input message. Okay, so this one is just to prompt whoever is editing this worksheet or this workbook, whoever is editing this sheet, this one will prompt the person for him to know what is being expected. So we'll say, please select a gender, okay? So we'll say, please select a gender, and then we'll come to error message. So we can say error. So this one will flag an error when something is being entered in that is different from male or female. So what error message can we, appeal to whoever is editing this worksheet? We can say, please input either male or female. So what it means is that if anybody is trying to enter anything in there, in this column, in this gender column that is different from male or female, this error will be shown. So let me see. Okay, let me let me leave it as this one, stop. Okay, at this point now we'll click on OK, right? We'll click on OK. All right, so if you select a cell below this, you see, please select a gender. So you can see this arrow pointing that if you click on it, it will show you male or female. All right, so let's try to enter in another name. Let's say number 7. So who is member number 7? We can say Jude Olawale. The phone number is 081 50 67 1028. All right, so email address will be anything. We can say Jude Ola at gmail.com. All right, at gmail.com. So you can see this one is flagging it that please select a gender. So let me just say, for Jude will be a male. So I'll select male. So let's try, if we try to pull something else here. So if we try to put something, let's say we put another thing there. Let's say we put water there. So see what will happen. If we put water there, you see, so this is an error message popping up to tell us that we have imputed a number that, we have imputed what is not expected in that column. So it says, please impute either male or female. So we'll retry. Okay, and we can select male or female. Okay, so for role in the church, we can say, okay, Jude is a member, is joining today. Today is 3rd of May 2025. That's when Jude joined the church. So then you press Control S to save your work. So make sure you save your work. If you don't have autosave enabled in your Excel worksheet, make sure you save your work at every point in time. So we are done with this data validation in this column. So let's come to this as well and do the same thing. But in this case, now I want to put some roles here like pastor, choir, usher, youth leader, members, and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do in this case is that I will copy this because these are the rows we have here. See what I want to do here. I'll paste here. Okay, because I want to be referencing this in my data validation. I'll remove this. So I want them to be unique. So we have from cell I2 to I6. Okay, so I'll highlight this column again for data validation. Click on this guy. All right, come here and select a list because we want a list. Then for the source, see what I'm going to do. I'll click on instead of typing them out. So this one, in case you have a list, like a long list that you want imputed in that particular column. Okay, so not just 2 or 3 lists, so you have a long list. So what you're going to do in this case is that you type them separately in another part on the worksheet or in another worksheet of the same workbook. And then when you come to source, so you can click on this. So let me move this one away. Then I will select this first one and then hold down my shift key and press my down button to the last one. Then I will hit enter. So what it means is that it has selected this list that we want in that place. So error message, let's say this not error message. Yes, so this is a message to prompt whoever is editing that the person should say, please impute an appropriate role. Okay, input an appropriate role. So for the error message that will pop up when somebody has entered in a role that is not being recognized here, we can say role not recognized. Okay, all right, so at this point we'll hit okay. Now first thing first, let's add another name here, number 8. Let's add another person. Let's say Sarah Tayo. So Sarah Tayo is another member in the church. So a phone number, let me just type random numbers there. Okay, and move on. Email address, you can say Sarah T at Sarah T at, let's say, Gmail as well, or Sarah T at hotmail.com. Okay, so I move on. So this one is asking us to select either male or female gender because of the validation we put earlier on. So we just click on this drop down arrow and pick female because Sarah is a female. Then for membership, for membership of the role she's playing in the church. So let's say Sarah, you can see as I click on this one, you see this drop down. It's based on what we entered here earlier. So we say Sarah is also in the youth choir, in the choir. All right, Sarah is in the choir. Then when did she join? Let's just copy one of these dates and impute there. That's when Sarah joined the church. All right, so at this point, we are done with data validation. Then you save your work so as to have a record of it. So this is how you build a database of members in your church, okay? If you're a pastor or an admin in the church or a secretary in the church, somebody who has been saddled with the responsibility of keeping track of the membership of the church, you can use Excel to create a database like this, and keep track of the members in the church. So depending on the structure of your church, the kind of information you want to keep about the members, you can extend this. You can, like, for example, you can impute their address or addresses. Okay, impute their addresses. Okay, you can even impute their nature of work, the kind of work that they do, so that we'll have an account. We know those that are bankers, accountants, engineers, self-employed business owners, employees in the church. So we know what we have in the church. Okay, so we can also create another column that will capture their age range. Okay, so we want to know age, what to what is this. So we want to know those that are in the youth church, those in the adult church, those in the children church, and so on and so on. So what I'm saying in essence is that we can extend what we have here to any length depending on the situation or the condition that we have at hand. All right, so let's move on. The next thing we want to do now is to apply sorting and filter. Okay, we want to apply filter. So how do we do that? To apply filter, so what we'll do is this, that I just click on anywhere in this data set, okay, and go to data tab and come to filter. So if I click on this, you see that a filter have been applied to all the columns that we have here. Okay, so I can filter based on gender. So let me filter out only the male. So I will just click on this and then come here, deselect this and then select male and click OK. So I'm seeing all the males in the church now. And if you look down here at the bottom here, you see 4 of 8. So it's telling you that we have 4 males in the church. So let's do the same for female as well. So deselect this and select female and click OK. So it's telling us that we're having 4 female in the church. So this is kind of a balanced church. So having the same number of male as females. All right. So let me select every one of them now because I want to do another filtering. So I can come to row. So I want to filter by row. Let me see who are the choir members in the church. So we only have Grace, Adewale, and Siratayo as the only choir people in the choir. All right. So we can do the same for the members. Who are the members? I want to see the list of members in the church. So these are the members in the church. Let's see the pastors. Who are the pastors in the church? Okay, we have only one pastor. That's John Mark. Is the only one apart from other people there. So let's see the youth leaders. Who are the youth leaders in the church? So I only will have just one youth leader in this particular church. Now you can have as many as there are need in your church. Okay, so this is how you apply filter to your database to quickly filter out. Maybe the senior pastor comes to you. You are the admin of the church, the secretary of the church, and the senior pastor has come to you that, oh, I want to know how many choir members do we have in this church? How many members do we have in this church? Okay. And you can even filter by dates. Okay. You can filter by date. You want to see who were the people that joined in 2025. So if you want to see the people that joined in 2025, we can just select only 2025 and then we'll see. We only have Jude Olawale. He joined in 2025. All right, let's see 2024. Who were the people that joined? How many people joined? Just one person. And that is how you do filtering. Okay, that's how you do filtering. So let me remove the filter by pressing Ctrl-Shift-L. So, and the filter will be gone. Next thing I want to do is, how do we sort? Okay, I want to sort the names, or let me say I want to sort this database according to according to names. So I want to sort their names in alphabetical order. So what I'll do is that I'll go to home. Let me remove my face from here a bit. I'll go to home, come to home tab, then come to sort and filter, click on it, then go to custom sort. Or first and foremost, I can highlight this and just go to sort and filter, and then do sort A to Z. So in that case, the names will be sorted alphabetically. Okay, so we have Esther Johnson, Grace Adewale, and so on and so forth. So you can apply the same techniques to phone numbers, gender, role, and even dates. You want to see, you want to sort the date in maybe descending order or ascending order. So it depends on what you want. All right, so the next thing we want to do now is, how do we protect our sheet, this particular worksheet, so that nobody will accidentally, impute a kind of data that we don't want or we don't need. Okay, so it's only the admin or whoever has been saddled with that responsibility of maintaining this database has access to it. So how do we do that? So what we do is that go to review tab here. So when you click on it, you will see here on this ribbon, you will see under in the protect segment, you will see protect sheet. Okay, so if I click on it, so it's asking me to give a password to this sheet. So let me just say the password will be admin. Then I'll just click OK. and confirm the password again, admin, and click OK. All right, so in that case, see, I try to enter a value here, and it's telling me the cell or charge you are trying to change is on a protected sheet. To make a change on protected sheet, you might be requested to enter a password because I protected it with a password. So this is how you protect it, all right? This is how you protect it so that nobody will accidentally delete anything or impute kind of data that you don't need. So how do you unprotect it? So just come back here again, click on protect, and then you enter the same password. So it means that whoever opens this Excel workbook cannot edit it. You can only read what is there, but cannot edit it, except the person knows the password. And if the admin or the pastor or whoever is handling this database has not shared the password with anybody, they will only be able to see, but they cannot edit it. And the password is not recoverable. So if you are protecting your sheet with a password, make sure you keep a record of that password. Keep it somewhere safe, somewhere that is easily accessible to, because if you lose the password, it's not recoverable, right? It's not recoverable. So the password we entered earlier on is admin. Okay, now I'll click OK. So in that case, I've unprotected the sheet, so I can edit it now. All right. So next thing we can do on this sheet to protect it, we can encrypt it. Okay, we can encrypt it. It's a high level of protecting your sheet. Okay, we can encrypt it. How do we do that? We'll go to File tab, go to Info, and here we see all of that. So if you click this drop down, you see always open read only. So if we want it to be read only, we can click this option, but that's not what we want to do. We want to encrypt it with a password. Then these are other restrictions you can put on the sheet, but make sure as you are putting all of these, any password you are setting, keep the password safe, because if you lose the password, you'll not be able to recover your sheet. So let me just encrypt it. This is saying, let me say admin, admin, and click OK. So it has been encrypted that way. So let me go back. Let me go back and try something. So if I close this sheet, let me see if I can close this sheet. Let me close this sheet. Okay, it's asking me to save. Yes, I want to save. So I've closed this sheet. So if I go back, the sheet is here. If I click on it, let's see what will happen. Okay, can you see now? It says church attendance is so this is the name of the sheet. The name of the workbook, church attendance is protected. So you need a password. So it was because we encrypted it, so nobody can have access to it. So this one, you cannot even read it except you have the password. So I'll say admin, I'll type admin and click OK. So it says the author would like you to open this. Yes. Or I can say no, that I want it to be editable. All right. So that's it. So that is how you achieve that. Now, the next thing I want to do is to add some, some decorations. Let me put that way, or some borders to this. So let's add some borders. So what you do is just click on anywhere in the data cell, or press Control A to select everything, and come to this Home tab, and in the ribbon under the Home tab, in this segment called Fonts, click on this. This is for borders, and let me apply all borders to everything. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, another formatting I can do is to highlight everything. Then I want to convert it to a table. Okay, let's say insert. Insert. So I'll click insert table. So I want it to look all right. So this is what I was expecting. So this way now, it's now looking better this way. All right, it's looking better this way. And there are a number of things we can do to this table. We can edit it, like change all these colors. So we're having blue, light blue, white, and all that. So we can still do some editing in this one as well. All right, so this is how you can maintain a database of members in your church. As a pastor, as a leader or as an admin or whoever is given that responsibility to maintain this database of membership in the church. Now, finally, what I want to also show you is how do you keep a backup of this data, because as it is here, it is stored, it is being stored on the computer. All right. So what if the computer crashes, or what if the computer is stolen, or what if there is an accident, a fire accident, or whatever that had made the file in the computer to be corrupted? What do you do? So that is why you need a backup. So you need a cloud backup. So let's do a bit of cloud computing. So how do we back up this file? So you can back up using Microsoft OneDrive, or you can back it up using Google Drive. So I'm going to demonstrate a bit of Google Drive for us, how to back it up. So what I'll do is I'll go to, let me minimize this one as well. I'll go to this page, and then I'm looking for my drive. All right, so this is my account, my Google account. Okay, so if I click here, let me remove this. If I click, I'll go to Drive. Okay, go to Drive. Then I'll come here and say New. Click on it. Then it's asking me what do I want to do. So I want to upload a file. So it has brought me here now. Let me go to Download, and then because that's where my file is stored, and click on this. Okay, click on that and click Open. So what it will do, it will upload the file here. Okay. Okay, saying I'm almost, excuse me. So the file has been uploaded here. Okay, the file has been, so let me refresh so I can see where the file is. Okay, here is the file. So in this case, I have a backup of this file, my Excel file. I have a backup in my Google Drive. So such that even if I lose this file, okay, I can still refer back to that one in my Google Drive. All right, so that is how you do it. So we have come to the end of our lesson this evening, and next week Saturday we'll be looking at another thing, how we can examining another skills in Excel, another thing we can use Microsoft Excel to do, because Microsoft Excel is very vast and versatile. So there are a number of things we can use it to do. All right, a number of things we can use it to do. So thank you very much for coming. So if you are watching this video from YouTube, share your comments. And if you have any question, I have any comment, please share them in the comment section. Or if you want us to cover any particular aspect of Excel, we want you to share that also in the comments, so we know what to talk about when next we come. So thank you very much for joining the class today. Bye-bye.